It's running. All right, here we go. Somebody reach out to me. The first thing I'm going to do. Hands up. What's the first thing we're going to do? There we go. Let's go, Ezra. I'm going to try, because I'm definitely going to skip the blue.
You can't factor it.
Because it's not x approaching infinity. But Ezra very quickly said, wait a minute. There's nothing to factor from the numerator. So
Couldn't you pull the 2 out of the numerator?
True, 2 points, 2 for Ezra. Why do I choose not to? Please, Livia.
Because you want to keep the top and the bottom the same, right? So it's not like, so when you have it, it's not like 2 over nothing.
Well done. Yeah, there's no reason to really factor a 2 from the top unless I can factor a 2 from the bottom. It doesn't really help anything. 2 more for Livia. Pretty good. So skip the factor step. Means we just have to try left-right limits. So we plug in a number. So we're going to plug in a number really darn close to 0. A little more, a little less. So raise your hand, please. What is the numerator going to be when you plug in an x? That is almost, there we go. What's the numerator going to be when you plug in an x, Eli, that's close to 0?
Pretty darn close to 2.
Pretty darn close to 2. 2 points. 1 for the rest of the other hand raised. Questions? Please look. Oh, you're good. So watch. Hey, you can do it in your head. Like you really don't have to write out steps. I promise you, I'm going to tell you to write things out when there's a reason to do it. Like I get that the last packet was a lot of, limit of this, limit of this, limit of this.
Yes.
There's a reason for it. It's because before I did that packet, when we got to April, no one could remember that you had to do that because you're just trying to keep track of too many things. Doing it now will make it so when we get to April, everyone it'll just come back to you and you're like, okay, now I got to do all 3. But here where we're just finding the limit, we're not proving anything, it's okay to do it in your head. So this is going to equal 2 on the top. What's the bottom? Help. Negative. Do not forget the negative, because we're comparing terms that add. Please.
Would you have to put the limit of x approaching 0?
No.
For that one? No.
Done. At least the limit part is done. So now we have to do another limit. We have to go find out what's happening as x approaches infinity. So this one I would rewrite. Well, yeah, you could skip some. You could say I'm finding the limit as x approaches infinity. First thing I'm going to do is compare terms that add. After doing that comparison, I'm going to find the dominant term, 6x to the 5th. And on the bottom, I'm going to find the dominant term, 3x to the 5th.
Wait, how come it's not 0?
Here. Again, when we're finding a horizontal asymptote, that means we are trying to figure out, so it's all about x and y again. The first problem, Jessica talked about that idea of our x is close to 0, go find the y. Fair? When it says horizontal asymptote, it's telling you the x is not close to 0, it's really, really big. Go find the y. So the problem has a similar feel, it's just a different x. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can go. I'm going to finish because I want the video to have an ending. So I'm thinking of this, and then I think, okay, wait a minute, I can break that up. So now we're back to Jessica's rule here, Pondi's commandment. So that way Alexis and Maddie get credit for it as well. So this is going to be 1. So as x gets really, really big, either positive or negative, I'm going to get really close to 2. So now I can say as x approaches infinity, y is going to approach 2. As x approaches negative infinity, y is going to approach 2 as well. So I have a horizontal asymptote at 2. Good job, you guys. Well done. Good. Sorry, at y equal 2. Make sure you write y. If you don't write y equal 2, the grader won't give you credit.
You have to write out the as x approaches infinity, y approaches 2.
You do not. I did this so that you can see how I'm thinking. So, yeah. Please.
Aren't all the answers of why approaches?
They are. You don't have to write that. I did that so you can see how I was thinking. It was just for emphasis. It worked. It's really kind of a tricky balance, Jessica.